Oh, what a day that was yesterday. I got another one today. Kind of waking up right now. I look like I just woke up. But, anyways, welcome. Ziggy1X here with another NieR reincarnation video. And we've got some news to cover today. Now, just by way of announcement, and I already posted this on YouTube, but I have my live or my reaction video, my first playthrough of the newest chapter of People in the World. That's going to be coming up in a few days when I have a chance to get back home, sit down, edit it, make sure it's to my liking, and I'll post that. It's just shy of an hour long, so this was, narratively speaking, a shorter chapter. Sorry, I can't speak right now. But this came up when I woke up this morning, and I wanted to cover it right away because I think this is really good stuff. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Got a frog in my throat. Okay, so let's go through this here. We got the Appreciation Gala going on here, and this is beginning today, so the 23rd of July. So I'm actually gonna do this first part last because I wanna actually go into the exchange shop and look at some of the characters. Just the TLDR, if you do not have Yule Gale, use this medal to get Yule Gale. You'll thank me later, trust me. That being said, for newer players and players who have not logged in for 280 days, 28,000 gems. Now this is to make up for the difference of people who have played versus people who haven't. And there's that lizard brain part of me that would like to see all the players get that because, you know, why reward the players who haven't played more than the players who have? But this is pretty common in gacha games. From what I've seen is that the new player and returning player campaigns are usually a little beefier than the, hey, thanks for playing this whole time sort of campaigns. So the new players and the returning players who have not logged in for 280 days will be getting this 28,000 gems. That's a nice little jump, a nice little bump. That basically, with the tickets that you can get over the course of the month, takes you to a full pity, which is awesome. So kudos. Now what we've got here is 280 free summons. Now this is 280 summons broken up over 7 periods. This is 40 summons each. And what this does is this targets each of the costume series. So we have our abstract, we have our bloody, we have our fractured, we have our bloodless, etc., lacrima, etc., okay? So what this will do is throughout the course of 7 costume series, we will get 40 summons per series. Now this does not carry over. For example, I was asked this earlier today, if I have 40 summons this week and the time the next banner comes around, can I use the 40 in backlog with the new 40 on the new banner? Say for example, I'm really targeting, let's just say we get the Abyssal Mirror series. Let's just say I really want to pick up as many Abyssal Mirror costumes as possible. Can I wait and save all 280 of my summons and just summon all on Abyssal Mirror? I don't think so. And the way these typically work is it's just 40 per series. So if you want to wait and do them all at once, that's fine, but they're still going to be targeted towards their specific series. This is great. 280 free summons is 280 free summons. I love when these things come around. I almost always get something that I want, so yay. Next thing, okay, weekly event challenge. Now this is going to be for the Curse God Antlers, which we all could use. Now most of us really need the large Curse God Antlers, but the medium ones are still appreciated because there's still a lot of us out there who need those medium ones to get our second board flushed out. I'm nowhere near filling out my second board, my second tier of my second board for all of my characters. I've only done it for the characters that I use most. So this is great. And what it's going to be typically done in the form of a farming event where you just go in, you farm the event for the other things you would do, but you also, in addition to that, get the Curse God Antlers dropped as a bonus. So this is great. I love these. 300 gems will be gifted to all players. Awesome. I could always use gems. The new story got me about 5,000 gems almost, which is great. Survey. Okay, here we go. So this is a popularity contest here that we did a little ways back, and it was close to during 2nd anniversary. And it looks like who came out on top was our girl A2, which is awesome. But what you'll notice here is we've got A2, 0, Kaine, and 2P. And these these girls have not seen very much love in the game recently. A2 still is a very good costume in my opinion, but she's more locked to fire now. I would love to see either a nice big steroid to this A2 costume that we already have, because I got her at A4, so I wouldn't mind that at all. But I would love to see also a new A2 costume. That'd be great. And if things play out the way they did with the Tracers banner, that would come shortly after Anniversary. So be on the lookout for that. There is a possibility we would be getting an A2 and a Kaine, for example, or an A2, a Kaine, and a Zero costume on a banner shortly after Anniversary. So just be aware of that. This is a gacha game. So they do like giving you those little surprises after a big event like Anniversary. So this is very cool, and congratulations to A2 for winning. She earned it. All right, daily challenges. So starting August 1st, let's see, all these things, the challenges, the summon missions will be updated. All right, cool. Standard monthly pass reward will be doubled for August. Okay, interesting. So the monthly pass is the premium pass that we pay into. That's only the standard monthly pass rewards will be doubled, though. It didn't say the premium pass rewards. So this means that if you are just opting to not pay into it, then those standard rewards that you get will be doubled. They're really not much to speak of. So honestly, they could do away with most of them, replace them with some other things that are more broadly useful, and I think that people would celebrate that a lot more. So let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, if this is what I think it is, we have been asking for this. I'm one of them, and there are a lot of us out there on Twitter and Reddit who have been asking for this for a long time. But let's read this very carefully and make sure that I'm understanding this correctly. On August 3rd, event record Happy Home will return with first time clear reward resets. If I understand correctly, that is all gem rewards. Hold on one second, I gotta turn off my do not disturb. I'm getting notifications now. I didn't plan ahead, obviously. I'm still half asleep. So let's see here. For the details, okay. If this is what I think it is, this is awesome, because what this means is that whenever they do a rerun with these conditions, with resetting the first time clear rewards, that means that all the players, the veterans and the new players, are going to be getting all the rewards. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If this is what I think this is, I am thrilled. I'm over the moon about that. Okay, through this campaign, special mission gifts, you'll obtain this dark memory. Okay, so we're getting a dark memory special missions as well, which basically will allow us, if we haven't already, to unlock even more of our dark memory costumes. It'll make it much easier. There have been a lot of steps made towards making dark memory costumes far more easily accessible to the newer players. I remember at Jump Street, those of us who played, man, getting those dark memory costumes and weapons was a chore. It has become so much easier. So they are still the best weapons in the game, broadly speaking. So the costumes are fine too. They work great, in my opinion, in the top tier content because they have all that innate elemental resistance against their opposite element. So I still use dark memory costumes in Fate Board 30, for example, and they work beautifully. So don't poo-poo on those costumes. They're really good. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got mission list, and these are the missions that you have to fulfill to collect up to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 Zenith Brilliance. Okay, excellent. I love it. Among other things that you need. All right, and nobody cares about that. Rubies and emeralds and all those things, they're farmable. Each player will receive a 4-star premium ticket times 3 as a gift on August 13th. Okay, good. And now let's jump back to this first one. This is the one that really kind of piqued my interest. Now, okay, those other things are really good, and I'm really excited about those other things here, but we're getting right now, today, in our inbox, a Mama gift medal that can be exchanged for an eligible character within that shop. So let's go ahead and back out of here real quickly. Let's go to my gift box. Let's grab that medal. Okay, now let's take it on over to the shop. You can see I just finished the story, so I've got my 24-hour shop. If this is something you're interested in, if you need it, it's a good value in that sense because it's got the generic Awakening Stone metal. But I've got 2 of them in my reserves right now, so I don't really need another one of these right at the moment. The 10,000 gems, I wish there were more gems in there. This is one of the complaints I always have about the shop. And it's, by the way, why I would almost suggest holding off on this, because if you are going to spend, and if you're kind of setting away resources to spend, Anniversary usually comes with some pretty good bundles. And last Anniversary, we saw our best bundles to date. So I would say hold till Anniversary, unless you really need this, unless you really need the gems, then by all means go for it. But you're just supporting the game, so, you know, yay you. Okay, let's take a look at this real quickly. Mama's Character Exchange. So this shop has been here, but it was just newly updated today to include some phenomenal units. And the first of these being Yule Gale. This is it. If you do not have Yule Gale, I don't care how much you want any of these other units. If you do not have Yule Gale, get Yule Gale. She changes the entire way you play the game. She makes all of the top end content and even arena much easier. So she is an excellent unit. But going through here, we've got all the Yule characters added. We have several new Abyssal Mirror characters added. So those of you who, for example, went in on Summer Noel, we now have Abyssal Mirror, Noel in here. And she has an excellent weapon that can work as a secondary weapon on your Summer Noel. Abyssal Mirror Serapha has the other one, but you can slap these things on here. And remember, when you're using a spear-using primary character like Noel, she gets more stat benefits from a like weapon. So if she's using a primary slot spear and a secondary slot spear, she's going to get more raw stats from that. What I have on my own agility rushers, if they're using water, is I'll usually slap 063Y's Abyssal 063Y sword on there because it has Bold Vigor and Liquid Boon. The same substats, the same sub abilities or secondary abilities that the spears have from Noel and Serapha, but they're not getting as many raw stats from it because it's a great sword instead of a spear. So this would be more ideal. This is something, these are the kind of things, the kind of questions you may want to be asking yourself. F66X here, Abyssal Mirror F66X is an excellent, just absolutely bonkers wind support. Great for subjugation. I actually use her in regular missions too. She actually does pretty chonky damage. And her character skill is no joke. So we've got almost all of our Abyssal Mirror characters in here up to, I want to say, we don't have Griff. So we do not have Abyssal Mirror Griff and everyone after Abyssal Mirror Griff. So we will be getting a new Abyssal Mirror character next week, and looking good. So stay tuned for that. Should you pull? Probably not. That's just going to be my early PSA. Excellent, bonkers, damage, good stuff like that. But we've got Anniversary right around the corner. And from these special events, as evidenced by Summer Yuri, and as evidenced by pretty much every single celebratory banner we've had over the last year, we get exceptional costumes during these celebratory events and during some of these special events. I typically say hold off on the more standard pull events because of that. I made an exception for Abyssal Mirror Yuri because it was Yuri. So that was the end of that discussion. Okay, so don't really recommend any Argo costumes. I really don't recommend any of the costumes that we can easily get in the gacha. There are a few exceptions to that. If you don't have a tank, sometimes you could still consider Bloody Griff. Even though with Anniversary coming around very soon, we may have another shot at Udil, at Celebratory Udil, and he's still, man, he is doing good work in Arena. He is excellent. As far as abstract costumes go, I used to say Abstract Yuri was excellent. Now she has fallen way off because we have Summer Yuri. Can't use two of the same character costumes in one fight. So it's a choice. It would be a choice at that point between Abstract Yuri and Summer Yuri. And I'd say if you have Summer Yuri, use Summer Yuri, full stop. So basically all other Yuri costumes in Arena they just fell off. There's no reason to have them because of Summer Yuri. So I typically stay away from her for Arena, except for Summer Yuri. Most of these other costumes are fine. They don't really hold the same value as they used to with a lot of the costumes we've had in the past year. But I would say that you look very, very closely at Elemental Damage Specialists as well. We also have Yule Priet here, and as well as Yule. Sorry, wow, my brain really is not firing on all cylinders right now. I need to go take a shower. Anyways, Priet is an exceptional dark damage dealer, and I have seen free-to-play accounts with Priet, using Priet as one of the DPSs, take their subjugation scores into SSS plus 6. Okay, I mean, like, I can't get there myself, and I haven't really tried too hard, but even if I did try too hard, I don't know if I could get there. This is an exceptional damage dealer. I do not have her, but I would look at these Yule costumes very closely. They are all very good. Griff, excellent water damage dealer, but we already have a lot of good water damage dealers in the game, so Griff, I think, has fallen off in priority. If you are close to getting his debris, though, I would get this boy because he is the only bold vigor debris in the game, and that is an exceptional debris. So one of the most powerful attack-oriented debris in the game. So there's also the Summer F66X, and she's still very good. I have never really had a use for her in my own way of playing, but she's there. We've got a lot of our old celebratory units here. Honestly, I would look most closely at the Elemental Damage Specialist. I would look at the element that you have that is suffering the most. I really wish that NieR Yuri was in here, because if NieR Yuri was in here, I would pick her up right now. I still don't have her. And I'm a little surprised that she isn't in here. That kind of sucks for me. But I will probably, I'm not settled who I will get out of this list yet. But I'll look over it. I've got time. I can sit on the metal. My suggestion, I made a video about this before. It's the unit of choice, how to pick, but this is the TLDR of that. Pick the unit. If you need damage in a certain element, go for that. If you don't have Yule Gale, go for her above all else. And if you need a way of rounding out your account, because our accounts benefit much more now than they used to from having well-rounded elements. And so if you're lacking in one element, direct your attention over to that element. Even if you've never really put a whole lot of work into it, you really need all of the elements to progress in the game, especially because of game modes like Fateboard. You need, and also now Recollections of Dusk, the changes that it has made, it requires full elemental rosters. So look first at where you are weakest. Shore up the weak points, and then your entire account will benefit as a result. So that's my PSA, that's the news. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Hopefully I don't get eaten by any copperheads today, because my gosh, that was a close call yesterday. So if you don't see me, I got eaten by a copperhead. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.